Hello all. Hope all the attendees have now joined the webinar. I welcome you all to the ServiceDesk Plus Masterclass 2025, Episode 4. In this session, we'll be diving into an exciting and essential topic for anyone looking to optimize their IT service management practices. So, today we'll explore how to streamline critical ITSM practices using no code and low code automation within ServiceDesk Plus. I am Munishka, a product expert working with Manage Engine for past 4 years, and I'll be the presenter for today's webinar. So, as IT environments grow increasingly complex, the need for efficient automated processes becomes paramount. In this masterclass, we'll discuss how you can leverage these powerful automation tools to simplify and reduce manual intervention that ultimately improve the overall performance of your service desk operations. Let's get started and see how no code or low code automations can elevate your ITSM practices. So, in today's session, I'll walk you through several key aspects of automating and optimizing your ITSM processes within ServiceDesk Plus. So, first, we'll cover how to configure business rules that automate repetitive tasks so that your technicians can work on more important activities. Next, we'll discuss how to set up SLAs to establish clear service delivery expectations and enable automatic escalation. We'll also explore how to delegate and assign tickets to technicians based on their availability, making the workflow more smoother and more efficient. And then we'll see how to automate the scheduling of custom functions at regular intervals using schedules. We'll also learn how to specify conditions for notifications and closure rules to automate the process to notify your team and mandate certain fields, closing tickets, and tasks. And finally, we'll delve into Zoho Flow can help you to automate even most complex manual tasks with just a single click. So in this slide, I'll cover and I'll walk you through different editions available in Service Desk List to help you choose the best fit for your organization needs. Starting with the standard edition, it includes essential IT help desk software features like incident management, customizable ticket templates, ticket lifecycle builder, no code automation, self-service portal and knowledge base, SLA managements and reports module. Moving on to professional edition, this offers everything in the standard edition plus asset management. This includes multi-model asset discovery and import, a visual asset lifecycle builder, software asset management, asset loans, asset inventory reports and analytics, as well as purchase and contract management. Finally, the Enterprise Edition is the most advanced, combining help desk, asset management, and project management. It includes all the features from the Professional Edition, plus service catalog, problem, change, and release management, and its workflow builder, and inbuilt CMDB module, that is configuration management database, to better manage your IT infrastructure. Just to clarify, today's content is based on Enterprise Edition, which includes all the ITSM features. So, if you are on Standard or Professional Edition, some features might not be available, but you can always consider an upgrade if you find them useful. One more thing, we are offering a free 1 hour consultation where we'll be evaluating how you're currently using the product, identify any gaps, and recommend specific features to overcome your day to day ITSM challenges. If that sounds helpful, kindly reach out to sales@manageengine.com, or you can scan the code displayed here and it will take you directly to the portal. Okay, coming on to the main agenda here. Now, let's look at an example of how improving a service desk can make a big difference. This is the story of Zilker. So, it is a music streaming company that is growing really fast and expanded worldwide. At first, their service operations were working well, but as the company grew, they started facing bigger challenges. Their IT team was suddenly overwhelmed with more tasks and requests than they could handle. So, as a result, their productivity dropped and things became harder to manage. So, this is where Zilker realized they needed to improve their processes to keep up with their expanding business. Now, we'll see how or what all challenges faced by the Zilker. Okay, first, the Zilker team or Zilker's IT team did not have clear service delivery goals. So, without the defined SLAs, they were confused about how quickly they needed to respond and resolve the issues. And they had to manually update ticket fields and run scripts, which took a lot of time and led to errors. Another problem was managing tasks and resources. So, since there was no proper way to track or assign tasks, it caused confusion and delays. And again, the team had a limited automation, so they had to do many repetitive tasks manually, which made things slower. So they did not have any standard notification, so stakeholders weren't updated on time about their request status. And lastly, there was no automated workflow, so tasks and tickets weren't routed or handled efficiently. Now let's look at how Service Desk Plus helped Zilka overcome all these challenges. First, ServiceDesk Plus helped Zilker to set clear expectations. So Zilker's IT team understand their goals and improve their performance. With automated field updates and custom scripts, Zilker's IT team made tasks faster and less prone to errors. Resource and task management, Service Desk Plus gave them better way to track and assign work, cutting down confusion and delays. And then they automated many routine tasks that used to be manual, so they had more time to focus on important work or activities. The platform also introduced standardized stakeholder notifications, that is, improving a communication and keeping everyone updated on the status of their request. And finally, Service Desk Plus implemented a seamless automated workflow, ensuring that tasks and tickets were automatically routed to the right people, making everything run more smoothly. Now let's talk about how no-code and low-code automations can streamline your service desk operations. These automations allow you to improve workflows without needing extensive technical knowledge or dedicated development team. With no-code tools, anyone can create powerful workflows and automate tasks, making processes faster and much more efficient. Low-code options give you even more flexibility by allowing you to customize automations further while still keeping things simple and easy to manage. So, by automating tickets, notifications, and escalations, you reduce manual work and improve accuracy, and also you're going to boost your productivity. So, this allowing you to help run more smoothly and save time. Okay, let's start off with the first automation, service level agreements. So we'll see how Zilker defined the services and managed the expectation of end users by implementing SLAs, that is service level agreements. So let me get into my application. Under admin, we have a dedicated section for automation. So first, we'll see what is SLA. Before we get started with the service level agreements, I'll open up the service level agreements. So what is SLA? So it is an agreement, a formal agreement between a service provider and a customer or an end user. As you know, service provider is one who provides the service, like IT support team or the company the company that provides the service to the end users, and the end user will be the one using the service. So, being a service provider, we need to clearly define what all services that we are going to offer or provide to the end user. So, under admin section, we have a service catalog where you can define your services. So, you can define what all services provided by your organization here. And coming on to service level agreements, it enables you to set the due date and time for services provided by setting up clear expectation. Before we check out SLA, I would like to show you certain request parameters involved in service level agreements. So let me get into admin. Under customization section, we have help desk. So we have various parameters here, and one of the important parameter here is priority matrix, which will be set based on impact and urgency. So impact is how serious the issue is, or how many people or how many systems are affected. And urgency is how quickly the issue needs to be resolved. So these two main factors combine and determine the priority of the ticket. And priority matrix automatically assigns priority to the ticket based on these two factors, which is impact and urgency. And this priority matrix actually requires one-time configuration by your help desk admin for respective business, impact, and urgency values, so that it ensures that tickets are handled in accordance with their importance and urgency without manual intervention. So I'll show you how the priority will be set automatically. Let me head over to my requester login. So this is my requester login. So let me get into request. I'll create a request and I'll show you how you can automate the priority based on the matrix that you've configured. So I have opened a template here, mail fetching template. So here you can see the fields. Once I select the impact and urgency, automatically the priority is set. And if I change, automatically the priority is also getting changed. So this is how the priority matrix is automatically configured without any manual intervention. Now let's head over to service level agreements. Under admin, I'm navigating to automation service level agreements. So you can again create a new SLA and organize the SLA from here. So let me open up the SLA that I've already configured. So under SLA, you can give a name, you can provide a name, a short description for your SLA. So here, whenever a new request arrives, you can configure a criteria or a condition. So based on the criteria met, automatically the SLA will be set. So in my application, I've set if the priority is high, automatically the response should be within 30 minutes and the resolution needs to be within 1 hour, within a 1 hour. So whether you can match all of the following, all the criteria mentioned here, or any of the following criteria can be met. So as here the response needs to be the request needs to be responded within 30 minutes, and the resolution needs to be resolved, and the request needs to be resolved within 1 hour. And you can also enable whether the request, the SLA needs to adhere with the operational hours, or the request needs to be responded or resolved irrespective of holidays or weekends. So you can enable as per your requirement. And below that, we have one level of response escalation and 4 levels of resolution escalation. So you can also set escalation levels when request is not responded or resolved within configured time period. So you can select an escalation level and the technician to be notified if the first response time or resolution time limit is exceeded. In my case, I have enabled first level of if response time is elapsed, I have enabled the first level of escalation and I've configured it as escalate before. So as a best practice, you can always give the ticket owner opportunity to work on the request before the SLA gets violated. So after that, you can, below to that, we have action. So under action, if the SLA gets violated, you can place it on a group or you can assign the ticket to a different technician. And we have 4 levels of escalations here. So as a proactive approach, you can have your ticket owner, and after that, you can have the next level of escalation to your in charge group in charge, are your team lead. So here, this in this case, we have helped Zilker's IT team to respond faster, stay on track, and avoid missing SLA deadlines. And Zilker has also implemented both proactive and reactive escalation methods. With up to 4 levels of escalation, they can quickly address any potential SLA violations, ensuring that the issues are resolved on time. And this proactive approach helps prevent delays and ensures a faster response to customer needs. This helped improve both customer satisfaction as well as the overall efficiency of your service desk team. Now, let me head over to service. So, coming on to service SLA. So, for incident, it is the service level agreements will be applicable or applied based on the criteria. But when it comes to service, you can set the SLA for each of the service that you provide to your end user. So let me get into the service catalog and I'll show you how you can configure SLA for each of the template. Under service catalog, you'll have the templates that is configured for each of the service. Let's say I'm opening up a service, and under workflow, you'll have the SLA. So you can associate the SLA, the one that you already created, or you can add up a new SLA. And this is applicable for each of the service that you provide to your provide to your end users. Okay, and now let's move on to the next feature, next automation, business rules. So now we'll see how Zilker leveraged business rules to automate field update and execution of custom scripts. Let me head over to my administrator login. Under admin, automation business rule. So Zilker used business rule to automate important tasks. So they set up rules to perform actions on incoming request. So the actions will be performed on incoming request automatically, which made their workflow much more smoother. They saved time by automating routine tasks like updating fields and running functions. So this eventually reduced the manual work and speed up the ticket resolution. They could also stop the process to avoid unnecessary steps. So as you could see here, I've provided a rule name. The one that I've created here, I've provided a rule name, and you can also provide a short description for your business rule. And under execute on our actions, you can specify whether the rule needs to be executed during the creation, addition, or during the deletion, or whenever the request move to trash. So business rule is actually a set of conditions that can automate the action needs to be performed in the application for all the incoming requests. So once you configure the execute on action, next we have execute during. So as an administrator, you can have your rule configured or executed at any time or within operational hours or outside operational hours. So cascade execution, you can choose the rule, you can choose the order of rule execution, whether the rule needs to be executed after the next rule, or it should skip the remaining rules in the group or across all groups. And you can specify the condition here whenever the request arrives, whether it should apply a condition based on the criteria, or whether it should not apply any condition, or it should use a custom function you created in the business rule. And next, you need to specify whether the rule needs to be executed when the request is edited every time, or only when any field in the condition is edited. So in my case, I have given a rule where if the subject contains internet, automatically all these fields needs to be updated with the right values. So in my case, I've given the category, subcategory, and item, and I've given the right values to them. So we'll see how this can be automated when I create a request from the requester portal. And apart from that, you can also stop the execution here We have a abort process execution where you can stop the process if the ticket did not meet the right conditions. So just by defining the rule, you can prioritize, categorize, and assign the tickets to different groups or technicians. So let me head over to request a portal. So let me create a ticket. So let's say, as you could see, my rule has a subject. If my subject contains internet, automatically my all the other fields, all the other request fields needs to be updated with the value that with the value that I've given there. So let's say I am facing internet issue, and I've added a request. Let me submit my request. Okay, once I submit my request, as you can see here in the requested portal itself, I haven't updated any of my request fields. But as you could see, I have my category, subcategory, and item automatically filled because I have created a rule in the business under the administrator login. So this is how the business rule works. So by doing this, actually, the Zilker reduced the need of technicians to handle repetitive tasks so they could focus on more important works. So let me head over to administrator portal. And apart from that, you can also have you can create a custom function, execute script, and you can make use of if else or if condition and conditional action. All right. So now let's move on to the next automation, task and resource management. So this feature actually improved Zilker to assign work to available technician and based on the workload. So let me head over to my administrator login and we'll see how Zilker streamlined the task and distributed the task. Let me head over to admin. Under home tab, we have resource management. So as you can see here, so this feature actually helps you to assign tasks to the right people based on their skills, availability, and the existing workload. You can check each technician's workload before assigning the task, and so you can also, as an administrator, once you check out the resources or task assigned to the technician, you can drag and drop the task to the available technicians. And under resource management, you'll be able to see the technician filter, where you can filter based on the site, group, and technician. And you also have all task filter, where you can view only the open task or the pending task. And apart from that, you can have an overview on unassigned task, unscheduled task, and you can filter based on the timing and how much hours the task is taking, and based on weeks and days. And you can also you can filter based on the priority, status, and task type. And using the color code functionality, you can actually check out what all task or priority is going on. So under scheduler, so we have so under scheduler, you can actually mark the backup technician, and you can mark your unavailability. And once you mark your unavailability, let's say I'm marking a leave. And once you mark a leave, you will have a pop-up saying, or pop-up or backup technician, where you can actually assign all your request to unassigned, move your request to unassigned state, or you can assign the request to the technician, or you do not need to take any action on the assigned request. So this also enabled the technicians to delegate the incoming task and during periods like a leave of absence. So this ensured that service desk operation continued smoothly even when team members are unavailable. And next we have backup approvers. So you can create or you can add a backup approver when the actual approver is on a leave or unavailable. And then you can also move the pending approvals to the backup approver. So here you will have the backup technician chart where you can see the backup technician, the one who is going to work on the absence, and the logged in technicians. And under scheduler, you'll be able to see the technician availability chart where you can have an overview on who all on the leave or the unavailability and the backup technician marked. So in my case, I have marked leave on 22nd, and I could see when I hover my mouse and I could see the backup technician assigned here. So let me head over to the next automation. So technician auto assign. So let's see how Zilko optimized the assignment of tickets to available technician. So with the help of technician auto assign, Zilker improved how tickets were assigned to technicians. So we'll quickly get into the application and check how technician auto assign enables you to distribute tickets among technicians. So under admin, again under automation, we have technician auto assign. So once you enable technician auto assign, we have two models. So we have, you can select the model. We have two models, that is round robin and load balancing. So round robin where the tickets will be distributed equally among the technician, and the second is load balancing. In load balancing, it will be assigned based on each technician's current workload, ensuring no one was overloaded. And you can execute the technician auto assign whenever the request is created, edited, or in both the scenarios. And apply technician auto assign to all requests. As an administrator, you can configure whether this auto assign functionality needs to be applied for all the requests or only for the unassigned request. And you can enable assign the request only for the online technician, only to the online technician. And you could either include or exclude the technician from here. So in my case, I've excluded a technician. So since the technician tenuity is 6 months, I do not want him to want him to overload with a high priority tickets. So as an administrator, I've configured a rule where I wanted to exclude the certain technicians from assigning the tickets automatically. So this way, tickets again were handled very efficiently, and none of the technicians will be overloaded. So next, we'll head over to the next automation, custom functions and schedules. We'll see how Zilka executed the custom scripts using the custom functions and schedule functionality. Let me head over to application. Under admin, you will be able to find the custom function under developer space. So Zilko used custom scripts on local platform to make a final customization very easily. And with ServiceDesk Plus, drag and drop builder, script builder, they turned complex business rules into simple automation without needing deep technical skills, or coding language. So without Zilko used Deluge, our easy low-code scripting language, to create smart, logic-driven automation. So you can create. I've opened the one that I've created. So you can just give a function name, a short description for the request custom function and the API name. So you can easily drag and drop. So you can easily drag and drop the components to the workspace to create a script. So in my case, I've configured a function where I wanted a custom notification to be sent to the requested as well as the technician whenever the high priority request is assigned. So this is how you can create or configure the custom function, and you can work based on condition or actions. Next, we'll see how you can schedule it. So under again in the same section, we have scheduled function. So again, you can build your own automation operation, such as sending notification or updating request status by analyzing the queries from the reports. So you can have a function name, again a short description. So when it comes to schedule custom function, you can actually schedule the custom function based on specific intervals. So in my case, I have configured a schedule function where I wanted to notify the HR 3 days before the termination date. So I've just used the low code automation here, and I've configured a custom script. And for scheduling the custom date, let me open up. Under automation, we have custom schedules. So here I've created a schedule. You can give a name or a short description, and the executor, under executor, you're going to select the custom function that you've created under schedule function. So by running this custom function, you can run this function at specific time intervals, and with specific time intervals, and ensure that the critical task performed automatically without any manual intervention. And under advanced option, you can schedule the function frequently, and whether the function or the notification needs to be repeated, you can schedule it and save it. All right, so now let's head over to the next automation. The notification and closure rule. Again, we'll see how Zilker standardizes stakeholder notification and closure. Again, let me head over to administrator login. Under apps and add-ons, we have a Zoho Flow agent. So Zilker was able to set up an automated workflow to streamline the communication and data sharing between their service desk and other systems they used, such as you can, let me get into the Zoho Flow. So you can download, sign up for Zoho Flow agent. And once you sign in, you'll be able to access the Zoho Flow. So we have 500 plus application to be integrated with your with the ServiceDesk Plus application, or within the internal application. So I've a, let me open my flow that I've created. So in my case, I have set up a flow where you can choose your desired third-party application to be integrated, and you can set up a trigger. You can set a trigger based on the action that you wanted to invoke. So if you would like to invoke a ticket creation, or if you would like to define the action, you can make use of the trigger option, which is available on the left panel. You can drag, let's say, okay, you can just drag and drop it in the canvas. So in that way, you can define and you can trigger a notification. So in my case, I have added a Zoho Flow where I've integrated Service Desk Plus application with the YouTube. Since Zilker is one of the music streaming companies, so I've the YouTube here. So here I've added the YouTube. So here I've added the use case as whenever a new playlist is added to my, whenever a new video is added to my playlist, automatically the request needs to be created in the Service Desk Plus. So I've given the connection, the name of the connection, and the trigger, and here I've added the playlist ID. So this is my playlist. So let's say I am adding a video here. So let's say I'm adding a video. So I've added a video here. So automatically, let me head over to the application. So as you could see here, whenever a new video is added to the playlist, automatically I have defined a workflow. I've created a workflow where it needs to create a request in the Service Desk Plus application side. So let me open up the Service Desk Plus application and see whether whether the new request is created when I add the video to the playlist. Okay. So as you could see here, so with a simple drag and drop workflow, you can easily integrate with the third party application, and you can create a request from the third party application, and that can be invoked to the service desk list. So once I add a video, automatically a new request is being created in Service Desk Plus. And apart from YouTube, you can also create or configure a number of applications in Zoho Flow. So you can configure or integrate it with the CRM whenever the task or the project tool, whenever the task is added to the project tool, automatically the task or any update needs to be performed. All the update or the task or the creation, everything will be automatically done within the Zoho flow, and it will push the notification or it will update the fields within Service Desk Plus. So this is how the Zoho flow works. So let me head over to presentation. All right. So as we wrap up today's session, let's quickly recap the key features and benefits Zilker leveraged to streamline their service desk operations within Service Desk List. So first, we saw how Zilker set clear SLAs to ensure consistent service for users worldwide, helping them manage support smoothly as they expanded globally. So Zilker automated ticket fields, ticket field updates like status and priority using rules, saving technicians time and reducing manual errors. And then we saw the Zoho flow, where we have created or integrated with a third party application. And Zilker balanced their growing support team's workload by assigning tickets based on availability, preventing overload, and maintaining performance during their global growth. Also, we saw how you can automate the custom notification via email, SMS, and push notification to keep users updated on ticket status and actions needed. And also, Zilker used automation rules to collect data and complete tasks before closing tickets, preventing unresolved issues. Finally, we saw how Zilker used Zoho Flow to connect Service Desk Plus with application like CRM, project tools, or any third-party application automating the information sharing to scale smoothly and keeping teams aligned. So, as we have seen today, Service Desk Plus offers a range of powerful features such as SLAs, business rules, task management, and seamless third party integrations with Zoho Flow that allow companies like Zilker to scale their service desk operations efficiently and keep up with growing demands by automating routine tasks, setting up clear expectations, and leveraging no code or low code solution. So Zilker was able to overcome all these challenges of a rapidly expanding global business, all while improving response time, enhancing communication, and eventually boosting overall team productivity. So yes, so I hope you feel inspired to apply these automation practices into your own service desk environment, let's make most of the tool to streamline your processes and provide exceptional service no matter how big your operations grow. And for more resources, you can visit our support portal, read the admin guide, or you can join our community where you can raise your queries or your requirement or feedback. And if you have any feedback or queries or any of your requirements, you can also write to us at hello@servicedeskplus.com. You can check out all our product videos in our YouTube Manage Engine channel, where we have posted all our previous masterclass videos. All right. So, yeah, thanks for being a part of today's masterclass. We encourage you to apply these strategies and keep experimenting. Stay connected for more upcoming session and resources to help you grow. Thank you, team. Thank you. Bye bye.